It's that time of night where we try to beat Slay the Spire on different characters and try to get a higher ascension level. So let's go ahead. And get right into it. I'm gonna do. Let's try the Necrobinder. Okay. Is it even possible? Architect weakening, we stronger. Okay. Act 1 boss drops 2 relics. This one's for free. Let's just do that one. Okay. So, where do we want to go? What's got the most elites? We got 1, 2, we got 1, 2. Okay. Doesn't matter too much where we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So that doesn't matter too much. We do have more campfires over here. One, 2, treasure chest, campfire, and a merchant. A late merchant. Okay. My goal today is to take more time with each run and really try to stall and give myself a better chance to win by not rushing and not, I guess, just trying to you know, if I have to stall for turns, I'll stall for turns. Otherwise, I won't have enough health like I did last time. Let's try this. Let's see. Summon 2, not really much, but the gain energy sounds pretty good. Gain block and doom. Negative pulse can replace my normal defense. Enchant a card with Sown. The first time you play this card, each combat gain energy. Well, if I give it to Bodyguard, that'd be good. Negative Pulse would be good. Heal 9, upgrade a card in your deck. I like the free... Let's give it to Unleash. It makes it a free attack. So in this case, we can go Bodyguard, Unleash, hit, defend. Okay. First attack, Ethereal. The first attack each turn deals 50% additional damage. Ethereal can block and a weak, retain, deal 8 damage to all enemies. I like lethality. Choose an attack to enchant. Increase damage by 2, blocked by 2, draw 2. Oh, that's unlucky. But make negative pulse good. And we're gonna take the elite. Kind of a waste of energy, but that's okay. 16. And we have to play lethality. So we have to play lethality. this sucks. Ow. Transform a card in your draw pile into soul. It's ethereal, but it's 0 cost. Yeah, why not? Okay, so we can go either way. I do want to take the one that gives me campfire. Remove card from your deck, add one guilty, or procure potion. Let's remove a card. What do I want to remove? A defend. Oh, jeez. I'm just gonna drink this immediately. Transform attack. $19 damage. We can transform this guilty into a soul, which is good. We need to... Yeah. Oh my gosh. $20... I don't think we can get more souls. Because if we don't want to do either of these, we could do a strike. Because I need to keep the defense. 20, so that's boom, boom, boom. 13. At the end of its turn, gain 1 strength. Okay, we're gonna die soon. If we don't... It's 8 times 3. 24? Holy crap. $22? I'm so dead. Oh my god, I'm just not prepared for that. I'll have the damage. Let's try again. Upgrade a card, transform a card. Lose all gold, gain a pack cards. Let's try this. Every play a soul. Enemy loses 6 HP, deal 9 damage, add a soul into your draw pile, deal 10 damage, upgrade 2 random cards in your discard pile. Or... Okay, this is just... Instantly better. Alright, we're already on a better trajectory. Okay. 1, 2. Yeah, 1, 2. So we've got 2 campfires, 1, 2, 3 campfires, 4, 5. I think that's the way to go. This goes 1. Yeah. All right. Carlson Ivy. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Okay, we're already off to a better start. Already off to a better start. Gain energy, ethereal, gain block, and apply 1 week. Or gain block and apply doom. I like the weak. Because we definitely need to stall a bit while our soul cards. Well, we can draw our soul cards. That's 12. Okay. We stun that. We attack you. Okay. Asti deals 6 damage. Asti deals 7 damage. It's an additional. Oh, yeah, we want. Oh, this turn? Okay, we definitely want that though. 7. Wants. Okay, we're doing so much better than the last run, which was cut way too short. Gain a block, add a soul into your draw pile. Oh, absolutely, I'll take that. Gain 57 gold or 339 gold and receive greed. We're not gonna hit a merchant in this act. So we're gonna not take the greed. Well, I am proven wrong. Okay. Okay, never mind. I stand corrected. Boost your strength gain at the start of every turn. Well, we have some Asti attacks, but we also can attack on our own. Next turn, summon 2 and gain 2 energy. Let's see, 75 and 24 is what, 99? So we can do both of these, and then we would get rid of probably a block, because we got 2 blocks right here. Okay. I'll take that, I'll take that. $14 damage. So we're gonna weaken you. That turns into 8. Draw 2. Okay, 8 damage. So here, 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 here. Okay. Sleight of Flesh. Whenever you apply a debuff to an enemy, they take 9 damage. How many debuffs are we applying to an enemy? 1. We are applying a single debuff. I'll take the second block, I think. We definitely want to smith. But what do we want to smith? Two weak could be nice. 7 block, 2 weak. 10 block and a soul. I don't think we want the upgraded souls right now. The weak sounds good. Having 3 energy is pretty good. But getting an extra 2 damage per soul could be beneficial. Let's upgrade one of our defies. Self-help book. Okay. Attack, block, or draw card. We could put a draw on a haunt to try to draw more souls and then instantly get damage out of it. I don't mind that. Let's do that. Heal at a shop. That'll be good for Act 2. Okay. I'm thinking... This is 13. Okay, we got some damage now. Seven is 14. Yeah. Let's do that. Look good in your profile picture. Thank you. That's the best and basically only picture I have that looks good. Every other picture I don't look good. Or at least I think I don't look good. Why? I just am not photogenic whatsoever. Except for that one photo where it was just like, yeah, I can use this. This looks alright. Not bad, not bad. You should try taking more pictures? I have more pictures. But I don't take any, like, I don't know. You can call it camera shy, not being photogenic, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so we're gonna kill this guy. So we don't want to weak him. We can weak you. Then we're left with one. So this is gonna deal 8 damage, which we have. And we want to upgrade you, so we're gonna do that. Okay. I understand I'm also not photogenic. Yeah, there's people that try for photos and they can look good. There's people that don't try to take photos and they look good. And then there's people that no matter how hard they try, they don't look good. Except in very specific circumstances. Very specific circumstances. So, I got my one. That's all I need. That's the only photo I need. Well, we have no block, so we're kind of screwed. I do kind of want to use this, though. That's good. That's some block. Do this, and then this will hit for 7, which is... Are you streaming daily? I'm trying to. How it used to go is I would... Basically, I've been on the site for over 10 years, but I don't stream consistently whatsoever. It would be for a short little week or couple weeks or whatever, and then stuff would happen in my life and I would have to stop. But I started last week, and I'm on a pretty good consistent roll right now. So I basically have it set out to where I get home from work, I can stream for, like 2 hours, 2.5 hours or so after work. That's good. And I'll do that every night. So Monday night or Tuesday morning, I'll stream, and so it'll be Monday through Thursday like that. And then Friday night / Saturday morning, I'll have a longer stream. And then Saturday night, I'll have a longer stream. Those are usually like 8 to 10 hours. And then Sunday, I'll usually have a couple hours to stream as well. That's great. You also got 92 followers. It shows you are doing great. That's just what I've had accumulated over many, many years. So it's fine. What did you do? What do you mean, what did I do? What's the... What do you mean? Like, what do I do? Or what did I do? For a living? Oh, don't say breathing. Okay. I work in IT, basically. So during the day, I do IT stuff. But I work on the later shift. So I don't get home until like midnight or so. So usually I'll get home at about 1 o'clock or so. So I can stream from 1:30 to 3:30 in the morning. Try to wake up early-ish. Go to the gym. Go to work, come home, stream. Try to make that a routine. That's great. I'm an accountant student. Ooh, okay. Very cool, very cool. The very needed profession. Accounting is, everyone needs an accountant. That's a very solid... How do you like it so far? I guess, how are you with numbers? Is my question. That's the main thing. Because if you're good with numbers, then it sounds like a great... Sounds like a great profession, but if you're not great with numbers... Could foresee some problems down the road. It's like if you were in IT, but you hated computers and hated programming and networking, you might not be in the right profession. Anyway, though, Slay the Spire 2 came out, so I'm playing Slay the Spire 2. I'm doing great. It's a tough course, but it all depends on your passion. Is your passion accounting? Is that what you want to do? Or is that like what you are going to do to be able to fund your passion? Yep. Oh, your passion is accounting. Okay. Well, then it sounds like the perfect choice for you. Which I'm quite surprised by, because I don't hear many people say that their passion is accounting, but teach their own. Aim is to get into the Big Four, or a Big Four. That's a good goal. You're set for life, basically. Set for life if you get into one of them. Now, the question is, and you don't have to answer, but are you going to the right... Are you going to the correct university to have the connections to get into the Big Four? That's the, I think, more important aspects if you want to get into one of them. Like, you could probably, if you're good enough, you could get in on merit alone, but if you know somebody, it could make things a lot easier. What did we get? Whenever you play a power, draw a card. Choose a card and your draw pile, add it to your hand. Okay. Whenever you play a card that costs 2 or more, gain 3 block. Start of your turn, add 1 sweeping case to your hand. Asti deals 10 damage to a random enemy. That makes it a 1 cost. Okay. We'll get Sentry Mode. Get some Asti damage going. Holy moly. You're right. Connections are very important. I'm trying to survive alone. It's going to be a tough journey that you got ahead of you. But as long as you're studying, as long as you're getting those grades up, you can get in on merit. But definitely a lot tougher. How far in are you? What year as an accounting student are you? I definitely want this. I'm going to take a lot of damage though, so if I do this and this, I don't have any 0 costs. That'll be it. Now, can I do anything with this? Don't really want to waste it on a normal... Actually, I'll just do this and this. Sometimes I'm lost in balance sheet and financial statements. Well, you're going to be seeing a lot of balance sheets and a lot of financial statements. Unless you mean like I'm lost in them, like I'm like so focused on it that I lose everything around me. I'm lost in the numbers. But if you're saying you look at the numbers and you're like, I'm so lost, then that might be a bit of a problem. Yeah, I mean, I'm so focused. Okay, that's good. I struggle really hard with executive focus, as they call it. I am a good student? Well, that's good. That's good. You're doing well. You got a goal. It's commendable. Very commendable. The only thing I would question is why you're up at almost 2 in the morning watching a 1 to 2 viewer Twitch stream on a Wednesday night, Thursday morning. That's the only thing I would be like, questionable. But I'm sure you're fine. I'm sure you've earned a bit of leisure time. Deal 8 damage, apply Doom. Equal the damage dealt Oblivion. Whenever you play a card this turn, apply 3 Doom to the enemy. I like this one, because it's a 0 cost. Oh, we're at 46 health. Rest will give us 19. That'll bring us up to 65, so we can do a full heal. We can turn Sentry Mode into a 1 cost, or we can upgrade Oblivion. We can upgrade Rattle. Or Haunt. I'm thinking Sentry Mode. Okay. Looking not too shabby. Not too shabby. Play Haunt. Get some card draw. Keep them weak. And start that soul generation. Why don't you have any custom emotes? It makes channels more engaging. If I get affiliate, I might make some custom emotes, but right now, I'm just streaming. I need to have 3 concurrent viewers over 4 different streams. And right now, I stream at a time where only people in Europe deign to watch, and they're all watching somebody else. I guarantee you they're not watching me. So I'll think about it, maybe, once I get affiliate, but not at the moment. Not at the moment. Are you on Discord? Well, as a matter of fact, I have... Now, there's basically nothing on it, I'm going to be honest, but I do have a Discord. Below the stream, there's a link with an invite to it. It's not the one I use. Ivy Carlson, here's my Discord, add me. No. I'm not going to add Discords of people in chat. If you want to join my Discord, you can do that. But I know better than to add random people on Twitch to Discord. All it has right now is basically general chat, voice chat, voice channel, and notifications of when I stream. But you know, the more people that join it, might do some stuff. But you know, it's just something to have. In fact, it's not, well, it is mine. I am the owner of it, but it was originally my friend's Discord who had it years ago, and then he handed it off to me. So I'm just kind of using it as something to allow people other than Twitch notifications to send out notifications of when I'm going live, because I feel like people get Discord notifications a lot easier than Twitch notifications. But yeah, right now we're just trying to get some Slay the Spire runs in. I'm saying it because in the future, if you want emotes, you have someone who can do it for you. Yeah, maybe. But once again, I'm waiting until I get affiliate to even think about that. So once I start making money on Twitch, then maybe I'll think about it. But right now, I'm not even. It's not even in the realm of possibility. Also, I'm a terrible artist. Yeah, what's up, David? What's up? What's up? That's a lot of damage. That's still a lot of damage. I didn't know Game and Slay the Spire was like 30 minutes to an hour. A full run, getting through all acts, can take up to is about 45 to an hour, depending on how fast or slow you go. That's why I can do like 2, sometimes 3 runs if I like die early on in one of my runs, which I already did die on this character. I did not get good cards the first run, but the second run's going a lot better. But yeah, they can usually take like that. Do you agree with this? My friend said if you play this 10 hours a day, it's only 2 to 4 weeks of content. No. It's probably more than that. And I say that because when you complete a run, first of all, it's only an early access. I was going to say $25 for that long is a steal. Oh yeah, the value is insane. I think I have like 320 hours or something on the first game, and that one was like $20 or something. Yeah, this is early access, so there's some content that's not fully finished, and like there's like art that hasn't been completed yet. So, and they're trying to like get this out there so that they can have more information to balance the game better. Even though I think it's pretty balanced already, there's a couple of things that need some tweaking, but they're usually really good at balancing because they have a lot of cards from the first game, and the first game's really well balanced. First game's like insanely balanced. I think you're doing great. Okay, yeah. Thanks for stopping by, Carlson Ivy. Appreciate it. So, yeah, so the first game I got 300 hours, but there's people that play it for like thousands of hours. So, this game has a lot of replayability. Actually, insane replayability, because what happens is there's 5 characters, right? You got the Ironclad, the Silent, the Regent, the Necromancer, and the Defect. So you can pick 5 characters, and you do a run. Run's about an hour long or so, depending. And if you beat that run, you get what's called an Ascension level. So an Ascension, basically, it's a debuff on, or it's a buff to the run, right? And what I mean by that is it is making the run harder in some way, but it also unlocks new cards and new potions and new relics, and just it unlocks stuff. So every time you beat something with a character, you get character-specific cards, and then once you get past a certain act with a certain character, that unlocks more stuff that can be used by everybody. So you get more unlocks as you progress the game. You unlock new Ascension levels, and for each character, it's separate. So it's not like if you beat a run on one character, you get an Ascension for every character. You only get the Ascension level for that character. And there are, at least in the first game, there were 20 Ascension levels for each character. I think the first game only had 4 characters. So you get 20 Ascension levels per character. So that means all in all, you have to win 100 runs of gradually increasing difficulty in order to essentially beat the game. And even when you do, you can still do level 20 Ascension runs because they're just fun. And you can come up with new decks and strategies and, you know, find out new combinations of stuff because you're unlocking stuff all along the way. So yeah, people can dump thousands of hours into this game easily. I guarantee you there's people that, well, actually, Slay the Spire 1, there have been people that made their careers on playing Slay the Spire. Because, you know, there's some games, like, there are people that play games like a story game, right? But a story game's not going to last you, it's only going to last you so long, and then you're like, oh, that was awesome. But then you're done and you move on, right? So, like, you're not going to create a career of playing a story game. There are certain games that you can create a career off of, right? The biggest one, the most easy example to think of is World of Warcraft, right? High replayability, thousands of hours, tens of thousands of hours. People build careers off of that, right? Another one's Fortnite, right? Different MMOs, right? People play that game and they like that game, they start streaming that game, and then they can create careers off of it, that sort of thing. Slay the Spire is definitely one of those games where people play it, love it, stream it, and they can create a career off it because there's so much replayability. There's deck tier lists, there's card tier lists, character tier lists. You know, they show, create YouTube videos of them doing runs, level 20 Ascension runs. This is how I beat level 20 Ascension in, super fast, super combos, all that stuff. So when you say your friend says 10 hours a day, it's only 2 to 4 weeks of content. Bump that up to like 2 to 4 months of content, probably. And that's if you like get to level 20 Ascension. And it's only in early access. So they're going to balance stuff, they're going to add stuff, they're going to, update it to make it better easily. And it's a game that's really easy to get into, difficult to master, and it's something that you can just kind of pick up and play, right? Like, you can play this, I think this is on like a Switch. I don't know if it's on Switch, but I know there is a mobile version of Slay the Spire. So think of like a long car ride or like a plane ride or something. You could just pick up, play a run or two, and you're good. So you can take it anywhere with you. You don't have to play on a PC. So that's why this game kind of is so popular, because it hit immediately like 500,000 players on Steam. Is because the first one was so beloved, and this one's just a continuation, addition, and extension of the first one. So, yeah. This game's great. This game's pretty good. It is pretty good. It's a pretty solid game, all things considered. Draw some more cards. Oh, I should have did this first. That's okay. We're gonna do as much damage as we can. And he's dead. Nunchaku. Okay. So we need, I think, some more Asti attacks. Because we're kind of in between a Soul build and an Asti build right now. So anything... Heal 5, summon 3, poke, Asti damage. So we can get our rattle up. we want to stack our rattle. So our rattle deals damage, and it hits an additional time for each time Asti has attacked this turn. So right now we have 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2 for Sentry Mode, and 3 for Poke. So we want to either stack a bunch of Asti attacks, so then we hit him with a rattle as a finisher, and then just slams his hand to the ground a bunch of times, or we go with a soul build, where we just stack soul cards with Haunt, which deals 6 damage every time you use a soul card, which soul cards is just a card draw. And then it just does 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, or you can upgrade it to 8, so it just does 8 damage a bunch of times. I'm kind of in between those builds right now, so I gotta get some cards that kind of point me in a direction. I kind of already got Sentry Mode, which points me in an Asti direction, so we'll see how we do. Definitely want to Defy, brings it down to 9. We can Poke for free damage, and we want to block as much damage as possible, because we do not have a lot of HP to use as a resource. You got into the gym this morning? Yeah, technically yesterday, but yes, I did get into the gym. The day before was a rest day. My muscles were hurting, but yeah, today I did get into the gym, so I'm very happy I'm getting more consistent with that as well. So that's really good. It was like back day. Did a lot of back stuff, you know, like lat pull downs, dumbbell rows. What else? I got on my notes here. Rear delts. Lat pull downs, dumbbell rows, curls, dumbbell curls and hammer curls, rear delts, and hanging leg raises. Did you wake up at 10? Yeah, 10 o'clock. Gives me like 6 hours of sleep a night, so I'm trying to get my body used to about that much sleep. So if I get my body used to about that much sleep, I can still function at work. Still wake up, go to the gym, function at work, come home, stream for a couple hours, and I'll be good. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get into a routine so that my body gets used to that every day. So, what work do you hate the most? I mean, there's just a lot of different stuff. I just hate when I make mistakes. Like, brain dead mistakes. Like, stuff that I should have known, but I just picked, like, I have all the information, I just picked the wrong choice, basically. That stuff irritates me. They're gonna say the commute. The commute's fine. I've been working there for a number of years, so I'm kind of used to the commute. I just put on a podcast or put on a bits and banter or some long form content, you know, something that's like an hour long or more, and I just play that, and driving in, it's not too bad. Why all you need is 10-15 minute drive away max. Is that the biggest island, or is that just any island? I guess it would be any island, but yeah, that sounds quite nice. I can't imagine driving 30 minutes, let alone an hour. Oahu, okay, yeah, Oahu. Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. You're on the mainland, and it's just not, you know, public transit's just not a thing. You just gotta drive everywhere. That's about the limit of what I would drive. Roads, long, endless roads, exactly. No, it's just you know, I just kind of got lucky with the job I had. I just found a listing for it through a recruitment company, went into interview, apparently did pretty well because I immediately got hired, like, or got asked to come in like a couple days later saying like, okay, go to the interview, apparently did pretty good, and then they're just like, okay, well, when can you start? Aren't you IT? Yes. Yes. I'm in IT. For an auto shop or something? For car parts, I would say. You know, building car parts. Yeah, factory. It's like IT for a factory, basically. Builds car parts and stuff like that, so. 9 damage. Only IT guy? No. There's like 5. I mean, we're very understaffed. But there's like 5 guys, but the other guys are like really specialized in what they do, so they're really good. And I'm kind of just the second shift guy that just so that we have somebody on second shift. But I'm trying to definitely the youngest. Yeah, I'm definitely the youngest. Everyone else is definitely older than me for sure. We are getting somebody new here soon, so it might change. Would you take first shift? Well, it was offered because we're actually hiring somebody soon that after training is supposedly taking my spot, and then I'm moving to first. Up in the hierarchy. It's not even a promotion, it's just moving shifts. It's not even like a pay grade or anything, or pay increase or anything. It's just like I'm moving from this time to this time, which would change my schedule, by the way. So I would not be streaming at 1 a.m. anymore. It would be more like 6, maybe like 6 to 8, 6 to 9. Yeah, but dial it back 5 hours or so. Yeah. So that'd be changing. I'd be more streaming in the afternoon, Eastern time, than I would, 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. So that would be a change for sure. Okay, so 29. I do not have 29 damage. So if that happens, I would have to change my schedule to accommodate that. Yeah, let's get another rattle. That sounds good. Okay, so let's do a full heal. And go fight the Act 1 boss. Okay, who's this guy? Waterfall Giant. Okay, let's do this, this, this. When killed, deals 15 damage at the end of your next turn. Okay, so basically like a corpse explosion. I gotta make sure I have more than 15 HP in block when he dies. Okay, so let's put on Oblivion. Defy. We can do everything. Sweet. Seven damage. Let's do Haunt. He's still weak. We'll do Defy. We're gonna survive this. We are also weak. Oh, I only had 1 energy left. Rip. Rip-a-roni. 21 damage. What? Oh, does he buff himself? Oh, we gotta kill him fast then. Okay. This. Okay, sentry mode, this, rattle. Yeah, oh, he's buffing every turn. Okay, we gotta... $13. Okay, he's doing less now, which is good. Want to defy. Sweeping gaze. Graveland Reeve. Okay. Okay, so let's do this. This. Another weak on you. Strike. Okay, we want to sweeping gaze. Unleash. This. Okay, we're actually getting good damage in. It's gonna deal 36. So we have more than 36, and he's healing this turn. Okay, now he's dealing 39. We will survive this, so we'll be okay. Let's just make sure. There it is. Okay, that's his 39. Okay. So, does this... It does. Okay, cool. That weakens him. That is cool. Block. Ow. Alright. We can get a second sentry mode. That would be good. Get more Osti hits. Oblivion, we're not really dooming that much. We already got the one. Call the Void. At the start of your turn, add one random card into your hand and get Ethereal. Let's go with a second sentry mode. Such malice paints your heart. We would share the same paint if you knew what's befallen me. There is no peace on your path. Take a part of me to ease your burdens. Good. Enchant a card with Clone. This card can be duplicated at rest sites. First time each combat you end your turn without playing a card, exhaust your hand, take an extra turn. Do I want to duplicate any cards? Not really. So we're gonna go with the free mulligan. Basically, free mulligan. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3. So it's 2 and 2. Well, that doesn't matter too much. 2 events. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, we're taking the right path. Like this. This. Like that. Okay. Okay, now I can do big damage. So boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I've been bored AF lately, not gonna lie. Gonna try Slay Spire 2 and Diablo 2, probably. Yeah, you've had the problem of having 500 games on Steam and still not knowing which game to play. I like the socializing on game part a lot, but I don't think I can handle an MMO for a bit. Remember you showed me the list last year. Yeah, it's pretty extensive. Pretty extensive. You had a notepad of games to play. Oh, that's right. You know, I completely forgot about that. Um, what was I playing? Started. Next on list, Persona 3. I did start Persona 3. So I did start that. I did finish Resident Evil 9. You ever got through a lot of them? Yeah, I did actually. Let me show you. So these are all my completed games since I started basically tracking them. So we've got I started tracking this like 3 years ago. But Resident Evil 5, Fear 1, 2, 3, Dark Souls 3, Fable Anniversary, Portal 2, Ni no Kuni 1, Dungeon Siege 3, Shadowrun Returns, Monster Hunter World, Deus Ex Human Revolution. I actually have man, I remember making YouTube videos about this. Like clips and stuff. Videos. Where was... Is it in shorts? Live? Oh man. This was a long time ago. Oh, here it is. When did I start Deus Ex? 4 years ago. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Okay. So... if I go to live... because I used to stream on YouTube as well. When I first started, that was 4 years ago. Cyberpunk, or no, Cyberman, Deus Ex, streamed 4 years ago. That was crazy. This game was really good. This game was actually really fun. Did I stream anything else? Control. Control was a sick game. This was... oh my god, which game was this? This was... I can't even remember. Do you miss the League days? Oh my gosh, let me show you. Yeah, so I've been putting Twitch VODs up now. Trying to do that, but The League days? Man, let me show you some craziness. Where's the first one? In-house shenanigans. So this is...
I want to buy it though.
This is a video from 12 years ago
Game's over. You guys can invite me.
of me
Purple
in a...
program. Does anybody play that?
Of me in a... Was this a Ventrilo? This might have been Ventrilo. It's not on my thing. Yeah, this is Windows. I don't think this is 7.
I call top.
Oh my gosh, look at the old client. I remember we used Phantom Lords. Yeah. As a public vent server. Yeah. Man, look at this. This was, I believe, season 3. And look at what they got. They got Heal Ghost, right? Ignite, Exhaust Splash, Barrier, Cleanse, Clarity. That old Twitch portrait? Yeah. This is...
It's the proving grounds.
The Proving Grounds. And you got, look at the old portraits. The old client, right? Look at all this. You got Annie, Ash, Mundo, Old Fiddlesticks, Gangplank, Garen, Irelia, Kale, Master Yi, Nunu, Pantheon, Poppy, Quinn was out, Sejuani, Old Tristana, Twitch, Vigar, Old Warwick, Sereth.
It's the proving ground.
No real.
Up there in lobby 2.
Like a part of you.
Old Steam.
Fucking.
I totally died.
Look at these old ass portraits. Okay, so old Zareth, just I don't know, old portrait or something. So my username, this was the first first internet username that I ever used, and it was because I was in college and I was doing in one of my classes, I don't know, it was like physics or something like that, chemistry, I think. And so it was the thermodynamic chemical formula, which is Q equals MCP delta T. Like that's the actual formula, and I just used that as my league name. Kids nowadays want one word, clean, 4 or 5 letters. Yo, my username now is Inro, INRO, which I didn't think, like, I just thought of it. I was like, what's a cool 4-letter name that sounds cool? And I picked on Inro. And what's crazy is that Inro, I was playing, because I was getting through my catalog of stuff, and I was playing the new Lara Croft trilogy. It's going to sound weird. I was playing the new Lara Croft trilogy, which is very good. I think the first one of that trilogy. And you can pick up items, like collectibles. And one of the collectibles is called an Inro. And what an Inro is, it is an old, I believe, Japanese coin purse. Like back in the feudal era of Japan. So I unknowingly changed my name in League to an old Japanese coin purse without even realizing it. And then I found that in Lara Croft and it blew my mind. I was like, are you kidding me right now? I had no idea that was a thing. I made up the name thinking it was a cool 4-letter name that just sounds cool. And it turns out it's a real object from history, which is crazy. That just blew my mind. I was like, what the hell? That's such a coincidence.
Hey, someone typed in your Twitch chat.
Oh yeah, it shows your ping. Yep.
Oh crap.
Oh, look at this map.
How many people are?
Oh my gosh, look at these. Look at these starting items. You got Philosopher's Stone. You've got the potions, health and mana potions. You got all the old icons. You got Bissell Scepter. GP5 item bag. Heart of Gold. Yeah, you got the old Void Staff. I don't even remember. This isn't DFG. I don't even remember what this is. But yeah, Philosopher's Stone.
Like 25 right now.
Hey guys, can I go
No,
AD?
it's only. Well, now it's 5 people.
Can I go AD, guys? Can I go AD?
This is the
Yes.
old.
Yes.
This is the old ARAM map. I miss the old client. Wasn't buggy. Yeah, they added all the animations and they changed it to something Air. I forgot what the name of the program is that they used.
Can I really go AD?
No.
But they changed like the software that they use, and it added like a bunch, like they can add videos in it and everything, and like all the animations, and they have like the mini game stuff whenever the new season comes out. They have like the little games and stuff that you can play. They had chat rooms. They had voice chat. They had Curse Client voice chat before,
We're gonna try and
but
win
they took
this
it out of the
season.
game.
Is that Panda Annie legendary?
No.
This is right when Panda Annie came out, and it was like the first skin I ever got for this game, because I was like, hell yeah.
If it was
Wait.
Panda, it'd have new particles.
Why can't I buy anything? What the?
Oh shit.
Because you left.
So yeah,
the
this is back in college, 13 or 14 years ago. I believe 14 years ago. So this was in 2012.
I didn't notice that.
You idiot.
I think I need.
This was like my freshman year of college.
Don't get mad at me.
Yikes.
Oh, dude, our team is.
I'm so bad here too. I am terrible.
Oh, Quinn. Oh, Quinn. Oh, killer. I'm on first blood. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even notice.
It's
I
back
was
in the
down
good
there.
old days.
the hell?
The old minions, how they looked and everything. And they're all just... Particle effects are awful. The tower shots just look like giant blobs of particles.
Why do you guys turret dive at level 3, bro?
Yeah, that's what I.
Yeah, these are the good old days. I got a bunch of videos like this on my YouTube. Keep it for historical reasons. Yeah, so I got a bunch of these. I also made some music videos for my roommate in college. So that's just randomly on there. I played football. I did play football. But that's not me. That is not me. That's the in-house. I just have low gameplay, but it's so shit because I didn't know how to stream back then. Do I still watch football? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I still watch football. No, I do. It's it connects with me, with people from work who also watch football. Stuff like that. So, yeah, I definitely still watch football. Actually. So this is crazy. These are the first things I ever uploaded. I heard they were falling off. Yeah, so what's kind of going on is that kids are no longer getting into sports at the same rate that they used to. And so they're doing a lot of things because they're basically running out of people to prop up the ever increasing salary cap for players, and people aren't buying as much merchandise anymore, and the access to watch games is becoming more convoluted. So like different companies bought the rights for different games, so you'll have to have like NFL Network for some games, you'll have to have Peacock for other games, you'll have to have Twitch Prime for certain Thursday night games, you'll have to have, so they're making it more complicated. So people are kind of falling off. So what they're doing is, so now they're playing early on in the season new games, or games in like different locations. And what I mean is like in Europe and like in Brazil, in different stadiums, because they're trying to get a international audience to watch football. So like I know Dublin, the Steelers and someone else played in Dublin, And so they're trying to get like certain countries to have like their favorite team so that they can always have like that team play in a certain country, and they'll have basically like home field advantage in a sense, right? Like I know it was either last year or 2 years ago they had the Packers and the Eagles play in Brazil. So they're trying to have like one of those teams because they're both green, right? Like Packers are green, yellow, and white, and then the Eagles are like green and silver, whatever. And so they're trying to have, and Brazil's flag is green. So they're trying to have like one of those teams be the home field team so that when they have these international games, they can have one team go there and say like, oh, you're the home team. So this will be basically like a home field advantage, even though you're traveling to Brazil instead of in your city. Because they just don't have enough kids that are getting involved into football or into sports in general at the same rate that they used to, because there's other stuff distracting them, right? They got their phones, they got TikTok, they got YouTube Shorts, they got Fortnite, they got all this stuff that's, yeah, that makes sense, but I didn't know that. Yeah. So there's a whole, it's a bit of complexity. The commissioner of the NFL right now, Roger Goodell, like people don't like him, but he knows the problems that the league has and he's trying to address it. And he's like changing, like they're constantly changing the rules to try to make it more interesting. Even though people say it's making the game softer and everything, which, who's that one NFL player controversial 2 months ago? There's so many controversial players that does not narrow it down by very much. But right now what's going on is free agency is happening right now. So there's massive Shedeur Sanders. Okay, yeah. So Shedeur Sanders, his dad was Deion Sanders. And Deion Sanders was like an incredible player, right? He played two ways in college, right? He played wide receiver on the offense and he played cornerback on the defense. I think he's the only one that, he might have been the only person to win the Heisman as a defensive player, or that might have been Charles Woodson. But yeah, he played two ways in the NFL, crazy good. He talked a ton of shit, but he was good enough to back it up, basically. So he has kids, and Shedeur Sanders is Deion Sanders' son who plays quarterback. He also has another son, but he's kind of not as good. So all the spotlight is put on Shedeur Sanders because he's taken after his dad in that he talks a lot of shit. He talks us mad smack to everyone else. And the question is that everyone's kind of asking is he good enough to back up all the shit talking that he does like his dad used to do? And so a lot of people are saying, no, he's not a great quarterback, right? In college, he was... And another thing, his dad coached him in college. So his dad went to a place called Jackson College to be a head coach there. And then he went to the Colorado Buffaloes, which is, a big team. So his son, I think for 3 or 4 years, might have been all college, might have been only 2 years, I don't remember. But his son was actually the quarterback of the college that his dad was the coach of. And he did make that college kind of put them on the map. They became a ranked team because in college football, college D1 football, you have the top 25 teams all ranked. So strength of skill. So you'll always see like the main teams that are ranked almost every year, right? You've got like Michigan, you've got like Alabama, Georgia, Notre Dame. All these teams are always, they get the best players because they have pedigree, so that players want to play for them, so that they get 5-star recruits and go into them. And so with Deion Sanders coaching and Shedeur Sanders as the quarterback, they were able to become a ranked team, which put them on the map. So people are saying, oh, he's actually, like, they didn't win anything, right? I think they went like 6-6 or something. So, but that's way better than what they used to. They're a terrible team, a terrible college for football. So they actually kind of put them on the map. But people are saying, oh, he's not, like, he did like some crazy athletic stuff in college, but people are saying, oh, the NFL is a different beast. You're not going to be playing against bad teams and bad players, you're going to be playing against NFL players, which are higher caliber players. So he's not going to do as well. So he does well in college, or, you know, well enough that people are talking about him because he's a famous son of a very good football player. So people are going to talk about him regardless. And the big controversy was last year during the draft. When he goes into the draft, everyone's saying there's this one guy, he's like a draft expert, and I put that in air quotes because he is terrible, but his job is to basically be a analyst and who's going where and whatever. He basically said that Shedeur Sanders was a first round draft pick, somewhere in the first round, and he kept dropping from the first to the second round. People were like, okay, where's he gonna go? Didn't get picked in the second round, didn't get picked in the third round, didn't get picked in the fourth round, and finally the Cleveland Browns, who had already selected a quarterback 2 rounds prior, Dylan Gabriel from Oregon, he's kind of short, which is not ideal because as a quarterback you want to be tall so you can see over your linemen in order to see the field and throw the ball. So he's kind of short. He's a left-handed thrower, which is unusual, but they had already selected him. So finally, in the 5th round, the Browns select Shedeur as well, to pick him up as like a backup or whatever. And they had like, I think 4 or 5 quarterbacks on the roster, which is unheard of. Usually you have a quarterback, a backup, and then maybe like a third person, depending on, you know, circumstances. But they had like 5 quarterbacks. But eventually their number 1 quarterback got hurt, so they put in Dylan Gabriel. Then Dylan Gabriel gets hurt. And then they before the season, they traded like 2 of their other quarterbacks away for draft capital. So finally, they got, Shedeur goes out and plays. And I think he wins a game, but his stats were dog shit. They were so bad. It was like 10 interceptions and 7 touchdowns or something. Like, he had more interceptions than touchdowns. I like your depth of football knowledge. I am on a sports podcast, so I have to do some amount of research into all this. So I definitely have a lot of knowledge of, especially NFL. Like, NFL is the main thing we talk about during in-season. We're talking about all the free agency trade that's going on right now. And I do that every Sunday. So I have to do even if I'm not the one talking, right? I'm behind the camera. I'm dealing with all the IT stuff. So the cameras, the microphones, all that sort of jazz. But I still like football. So I still do my research, and I kind of talk with the host of the show that does all the talking bits. And we'll go back and forth on certain things and talk about stories so that I will add something that he will then mention on the show. So I do have a decent amount of knowledge to bring forth and everything. So, but yeah. But that was the main thing. And so now the story is basically Shedeur is now basically set to be the starter to play for the Cleveland Browns. So now this is like his first year of actually playing a full season. You're on the podcast as a speaker and an editor? Not really. So there's not really much editing, but I do all the tech stuff. So I use OBS to record the video. I set up all the scenes in OBS. I help set up the cameras. I got the new microphones so that we have mics to go. I make sure all the tech stuff's working, and then I'll help record it. I made the intro. I can actually show you. So this is the podcast. This is what we do. So I made the intro, and then I helped do all the little stuff that you'll see. That intro though, yeah.
What's good, everybody? I'm Neil Newberry. Welcome to another episode of Live from the Nickel. I know it's been gone. We've been gone for a little bit, but you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I always got to get used to these damn mics, man. So, pardon that. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. I feel like
Yeah. So like you'll see this little thing up here. This is our sponsor for our clothing stuff. All these mic setups that we've got going on. All the camera changes. I'm doing that during the video. So every time someone's talking, I'm switching cameras and everything. I got some scene transitions. Yeah, I made that intro. This is like our third or fourth different intro that we've got. I basically talk with Neil, who's the main guy, and he'll like give me he's like, oh, this music is good, right? I want to use this music in some way. And I go, okay. He's like, okay. So I came up with like the cityscape at the beginning. And he's like, oh, can we add the logo spinning? I'm like, okay, yeah, we can add the logo spinning. He's like, okay, that's good, that's good. And then he's like, okay, what do you want to do? So he's like, I want to do like a thing with everyone in it. And then I want to do our individual, like, introduce me and then introduce Don and then introduce Amanda, right? So I'm like, okay, let me see what I can come up with. I'll try to mix it up with the music, try to do a couple editing things to try to make it a little nice, a little sweet with it.
We're professional now because we got these mics out here like that. Mr. Brown got his cock.
Sir.
Amanda always has hers so good. I'm still trying to work mine, man. But yeah, welcome to another great episode of Live from the...
So yeah, so they're not really used to, like, I'm used to streaming, so I you know, I've been doing it for like 14 years, even like off and on, but still. So I've been doing it off and on for like 14 years, so I kind of understand a bit of knowledge, like I have a bit of knowledge on microphones and stuff like that. They're not used to this kind of talking because before we just have a mic that's just sitting on like a table in front of them and we just kind of point it in their direction and then they just talk and the audio was terrible. It was so bad. But they're all USB mics, and if you plug all the USB mics into the laptop, I didn't realize it, but they don't sync up with I think it's the clock speed. So clock speed doesn't sync up between all the microphones, and you get this weird, warbly, robotic sound going on. So I had to end up buying these XLR microphones. I got the arms so that we could have it kind of like this, kind of like what I have here, right? I've got this, you know, this arm that I kind of move around that goes to the side of that kind of, same here, where it kind of clamps onto the side of a table. So I kind of understand it, but they struggle a little bit with it, but we were only a couple episodes in with them using it, so.
Nickel, I am your host, Neil Newberry. I got Mr. Brown in the building.
What's up, peeps?
I got my lovely my sister over there, Miss Amanda. What's up, sis?
It's good to be here today.
Yes, it is. It's a beautiful Sunday out.
It's sunny. It's chilly, but it's sunny.
Sunny, yes, it is.
Yesterday was nice.
Yeah, it was.
Rainy, but it was like 70 degrees. It felt like it was.
Yeah, and it was raining like all morning. Like all morning, and then it just stopped, and then it went away, which was great. And tomorrow's gonna be like 70 degrees. So we are actually, we set our clocks went forward, you know, last night, which is good because now the sun stays out later, which is great. I don't like it when it gets dark out, man. You get all depressed and everything, man.
I'm still adjusting to that time change because I feel like today is flying by.
It is.
Like I was getting ready and then I'm like, oh, it's 1. Or, you know, like I feel like everything's it's going really fast.
And when I text everybody this week, and then I end up forgetting.
Yeah, so that's kind of it. And then I do some scene transitions like this, so like so every time he's got something that like he wants to show people on the video, he'll be like, can you put this picture up? I'm like, yeah, I'll put this picture up.
He just February, they said he had a semi-heart attack on his birthday at work, February 4th. So he went home and
so I'll do this where I'll have all the, you know, all the cameras are showing because we got 4 cameras now. So if we had a guest, I would put the camera right in this top corner, but we have 3, so I use this corner. This once a week or once a month? This is once a week. So every Sunday is when we record it, and then I'll try to upload it by 5 o'clock on Sunday. There's basically no editing. Like once it's done, I just upload it straight to YouTube. So first take's got to be good. And I think there's only been twice where we did a take and then we couldn't do it anymore, or we couldn't use it. So one of them was the first time we got the new cameras, because we got better cameras that were like 1080p, or they were 4K, but I had to scale them down to 1080p so his laptop could actually use them. And then another time was when we had the issue with the mics, where we did the whole podcast and it sounded good from my end, right? But then when we played back the video, I uploaded the video, and then a few minutes later, Neil calls me and he's like, "It sounds bad." And I listened to it and I'm like, "Yeah, this is unusable." So he's like, "Just take it down. We'll apologize. We'll get back with the guy that we interviewed. We'll do it over again, but we got to fix this mic situation." And that's when I went out and got the new microphones. So that sounds good. So yeah, this is once a week, every Sunday. And then the idea would be that if I do end up going to first shift, then I can start doing like in the week podcasts. Like I could just go over to his house, or, because my work is close to where all the hosts live, right? It's like in the city where everyone else is. So I'll be able to just go over after work, and then we can record a podcast, and then I go home afterwards. So there might be more after that.
My mom, she said to us,
Yeah. And now you got Daniel Jones. He comes in, he does his thing.
So yeah, we do this. We do it for about an hour. This one was a little bit longer because there's a ton of news that came out about all the trades and stuff that was happening. So yeah, we got a lot of that. But normally it wouldn't be like this. Normally we would go somewhere. So for example, this one.
Everybody, I'm Neil Newberry. Welcome.
So this one was actually at a facility. It's like a science facility called the Imagination Station. It's like a bunch of science stuff. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like different exhibits and like things you can interact with that are all based on science or some sort of scientific principle. And so this one, there's actually a bunch of students that came in because it was on a Monday. So there's a bunch of students that came in, and we had 3 different shows on this day that we had to do for a different group of students. So what we do is bring a college athlete in, and we interview the athlete.
It's the best. If you guys like.
And what we did was we had a speaker. We actually connected the speaker to the MIDI box. And so that we were in a crowd, or we were in like the cafeteria that was sectioned off. And it was a crowd of like 50 students, high school students. And so we had a speaker that we set up that we played all the mics through, right? I routed all the microphones into the box, and then in the output, I put the speaker so that everyone could hear. Because this was kind of like this is basically like a live show. So it wasn't just like us recording for making a video, but this one was actually for like a group of people that were sitting in front of us. Like you can't see them here,
Coach
but
would have us
going from, like I said,
which
I mean, it's kind of hard to tell.
Anybody want to come up?
So yeah, so you see from this angle. So off to the left here, there's just like 40 kids sitting there. And we came here, we just talked about mental health in sports, and we're guys filming this. This is like it's a facility that's like a science-based facility, but they do seminars and summits and different stuff like that. So we actually do that here, and it was pretty cool. Like there's a lot of really cool stuff, and they did it so that it acted as like a field trip for a bunch of different public schools that sent a bunch of some of their best college athlete or high school athlete students were all sent here as like a field trip, as like a day trip, so that they spend all day here. There's a bunch of seminars and different stuff to help with mental health, and we just happened to be the podcast here that just kind of talked about it. And so this is a college athlete. He was talking about his experience a little bit.
And grit, pretty much.
Talk about things like regret and what was your favorite moments. What are some unexpected things or things that people don't know about. So we had this little box, and we had some questions. So people would like pick a question out of the box, and they would kind of answer it to the best of their ability.
I do it because I love it. I'm not doing it for the money. So yeah.
I like that. I read a little bit about it and what you did. Congratulations on what you have done there.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm very proud of you on that. Keep it up. So what you're going for is not for the money. It's going, and I like that because when we go to college, you know, we all want to go to college to party, whatever, do this and that, and then ball player.
And then what we'd actually do is we actually get kids. I is a high school student. It's crazy, but and we just bring them on, and we would have them answer some questions and kind of like have them do like a pseudo interview in front of everyone, like what's your name, the sport that you play, like where do you tend to go to college to play sports and all that stuff. So this was a really
It's a really,
cool.
like a great school for football. Like when I was coming in, like the football program was like not gonna happen, and I was just like so nervous, and like I remember even like sitting in my mom's arms and just like crying, like damn, my football career might like ain't here. But it just was totally different when I actually came to the school.
So, and it's kind of cool because people got to be on like a podcast, kind of like a podcast experience. So I know that's a lot of people kind of feel like they have things to say and they have opinions and stuff like that. So they kind of get a little bit of a podcast experience, get to talk to the crowd of people in front of them. And there's some nervous people, but there's some people that, you know, had some stuff to say and everything. So, but yeah, we did 3 different shows at that place. And that was a really cool experience. But we do it at a lot of different places, like this one, for example.
What's good, everybody? What's going on, buddy? How you feeling today?
Oh yeah, this was our old intro as well.
What's good, everybody?
This was the one before the one I made. So these are just like shots of different podcasts that we've had in the past. So this guy, he's Albert Bell. He's a boxer. He's one of our first guests that we had on. He was really cool. But yeah, I kind of put in a couple of clips from different podcasts that we've had in the past tied to the song that we had before. This is another one. This is oh my god, who is this? I can't remember his name. Oh, he's a former NBA player. He played with Michael Jordan. Oh my god, I can't remember his name. I said, damn, you guys can afford a studio? No, we cannot. This is at all these different places are like different bars and places around town that we would just say, hey, we're gonna do a podcast, just come down to this place. We know the owner. He says it's cool. We're going to come down. We're going to move some stuff around, set up the podcast, and then do it like that. This is a different bar. This is a different bar. We do a lot of them there, here. This is like a startup from a business perspective. No, not really. It's just something that Neil and Don wanted to do. This one, yeah, this is a good bar. This is one of my favorites. That I used to go to a lot. It's kind of music based, but it's a sports bar, so they got a bunch of TVs over here. Looks like a studio. I mean, we kind of move stuff around, so these tables aren't normally like this in the corner. We move stuff around to try to get it to look better and everything. We come like right when they open so that there's not a lot of people there, and then as people are filling in, we'll kind of do the podcast. But this is a big sports bar, so there's a lot of like people that come in and watch football games and stuff like that. So every Sunday during football season, it's super busy. There's a lot of people around.
What's good, everybody? I'm Neil Newberry.
So this place was actually at a racquetball. It's basically like a giant warehouse, and they have a ton of racquetball courts everywhere. And then this is, I believe, one of the managers or one of the owners, and he just came off playing racquetball. But this is also our old setup, so this is the old mics that we have to use, and so you can tell because the audio is dog shit. The audio is so bad.
Host of Live from the Nickel.
I mean, it's not bad, but it's like they're not set up right. So the mics are actually backwards, so they are pointing backwards. And so a lot of our earlier ones would have tons of echo and tons of like really awkward like sounds coming out of it. it was easier to hear people in the background, but yeah, I'm glad we got the new mics.
We back at it. We back at the Toledo Pickleball facility. I got a great guest today. We got a lot to talk about today. It was a rainy day, you guys. I don't know where the snow came from. I wasn't really looking for the snow, y'all. So there's a lot of snow out there, so you guys make sure y'all be careful. You know, you guys are sponsored by School Matters, so if you guys want t-shirts or hoodies, y'all know to hit me on IG, hit me on Facebook. I got you. You guys know what it is, man. Don, what's going on, buddy? How you feeling today?
Man, I feel great, man. This is the first time, man, my knee felt this good in a long time, man.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
I even beat my wife walking up the little driveway here, man. So,
she got the boots on and the hat. You beat her with that?
Man, so I'm ready for this Bahama trip, man. So, yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna have a great trip, man.
Yeah, for sure. But I want to give a shout out, man, to all my Marine Corps buddies, man. You know, it's Marine Corps birthday tomorrow, man. So, hoorah to all my brothers, man, and happy Veterans Day that's coming up Tuesday, man. Especially, you know, for the ones who didn't make it back, man. So,
yes.
Much appreciation, bro.
Absolutely, shout out to that. Cause my grandfather was in the Army. My mother's father was in the Army and stuff back in the day, and I had an uncle that was in the Army. So definitely shout out. Nah, absolutely.
Yeah, so this was cool. Anything special here? Not really. But you can see, yeah, our old setup was these mics right here, and we just kind of planted them as close as we possibly could to try to get the audio to be good. It wasn't some of the time, like it worked, but once again, I'm really glad we got the new mic setup. It's just a lot better. This guy was a talker. He was a yapper. He yapped for a while. That's why this one's only 40 minutes, but he was talking most of the time, which was good. But yeah, so we got the Live from the Nickel YouTube channel. It's pretty good. So if you ever want to get back into sports or just learn about some cool, this guy's cool. So this guy's name is Big Dave.
What's happening with you, Don? What's going on?
Again, the audio is just, I'm listening it back now. I can hear the audio and I'm just like, oh, I cringe.
Man, and I'm glad of that, man.
Oh yeah, I also used to do these. I made these as well, these little things, but I got so much going on that I kind of stopped doing them. Just because I'm doing this, I'm flipping the scene to get the camera on the right person of whoever's talking, and I'm usually filming a short at the same time. So I kind of stopped doing this. Plus I put all their names in the description. So yeah, I put the hosts and then whoever the guest is. So
I understand who knock nobody. I'm always trying.
What's up, D?
This guy was cool. His name is Dave, Big Dave. He's actually a radio show host, and me and Neil went on his radio show first, and he actually did a little thing where he kind of plugged the podcast, and then he did like a little countdown thing. It's like, top three from last week, your favorite music, hosted by your favorite Mexican, Big Dave. Coming in at number 3, it's da-da-da-da, So, and then he did that for him, and then we brought him on the show, so he got to talk of.
What's going on, man?
Hey, man, I really appreciate you taking time out of your business.
So, and then these microphones. So, apparently, the entire time we've had this microphone, except for like the last podcast before we switched mics, it's been backwards. So, the label and the knobs here, these 3 knobs, are supposed to be on the inside, and this little contraption is supposed to be facing away from you. So it's pointed this way to the left, and so it's picking up this sound. He just happens to be talking loud enough that it's picking up his voice. So every week was a pain in the ass to get the audio right, because we were always in a different spot. We had the microphones a different distance away. And it was pointed backwards, and I was just, every week was just an absolute nightmare to get the audio to work. But finally, we got the new mics, and they work so much better. I don't have to mess with the audio every week. I just have a setting where I just set it to that setting. It works every time. They come in clear, and it's nice. And this place is like a event gathering place. So this is a pretty cool place. But yeah, we did like 70 episodes. I mean, you can see how many we did at that one bar. So just a ton of places. And then we have, a bunch of different ones. And then we have our earlier, like literally, like this is the first one. It's not the first one, but it's the first one where I started recording it, or that he had a recording of. And so what was going on here was that this is when he first asked me to help him out. So what happened was I was remote. I was an hour away. And what I would do is I would remote into his laptop, and I would start the stream. And this was a Facebook, like a Facebook stream that became a video after it was done. So I ended up downloading all the Facebook streams that he had done before I got on and posting them on YouTube. But I would remote into his laptop from like an hour away and start the stream. And then I would tell him, hey, as soon as you see the screen flip to OBS, because I had to start it on Facebook. So I'll start on Facebook and I'll alt tab over to OBS. And I told him, as soon as you see the screen flip over to OBS, you can go. And so it was so janky. So I flip it. Stream started. Still waiting.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode live from the Nickel. I'm your host, Neil Newberry. I got my co-host, Mr. Brown.
Hey, what's going on, Pete?
What's good with you, D, man?
Hey, I can't call it, man.
Hey, everybody, let y'all know we got new camera systems. We got new mics now.
Yeah, so he's saying we're getting new cameras, new mics, and everything, because they had to. I think they were just using like their phone or something to record before this, but.
Each week we get better and better. What we do from the Nickel here. Let's get into this, D. What's March Madness starting Thursday?
March Madness is living up to its name, man.
Facts, B.
And you can hear you could hear the aquarium. This is at one of their houses. You could hear the aquarium in the background. You can like hear the water through the mics and everything. It's so jank.
With them Wildcat boys from Kentucky.
Man, let's talk about Kentucky. John Calipari.
Big letdown.
Man, Oakland. First of all,
this is before they had guests on and everything. So it was just the two of them. And then we had a couple in like his garage or something where he brought people on. Was it this one? No. And every week I was just making like a new intro. Like this one. Oh yeah, and before, so we had an intro early on that was literally just a Nipsey Hussle song, the entire song, all the way through, like a 2-minute song. So I'd start it, and then I'd be like, okay, we got 2 minutes, and it's just 2 minutes of this playing before it started.
What's good?
Oh, this one has echo. I can already tell. Yeah, so again, the audio and everything, but...
Everybody, welcome... What's good, everybody? Welcome to Live to the Nickel. My bad, y'all. I got my co-host here, Mr. Brown.
What's up,
What's going on, D? I got Big Worm in the house.
What's happening? Shut him down, Sean.
You already know what it is. Today I got a special guest. My brother from another mugger. One of the coldest.
Oh, yeah, this one was... Yeah. The early days were definitely something. Come a long way since then, but yeah. So that's the podcast. So we got 753 subscribers, so it's getting up there. 118 videos. So we got a good amount of stuff going on. But yeah, that's my other hobby that I do. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is what we were. That's what I was talking about before. Because I saw this Deus Ex and then I went to the YouTube video to see how long ago that was. We went into that whole rant. But yeah, so these are all the games that I've completed. Deus Ex, again, that was like 14 years ago. Control, that was right after that, so that was also on the YouTube channel. So that was, let me see. So Control, that's a clip I made. Oh yeah, it was live. So if you go to live, it was down here. Okay, yeah, here's Deus Ex. I played some other stuff. I got some Dead by Daylight in here. Tyranny, I played that for like a couple hours. I didn't really count it. I played StarCraft back in the day. So this is me playing StarCraft. I played Zerg because, you know, Zerg's the coolest. This is when I was gaming. Where was this? This was in the apartment I used to have. I used to rent out an apartment, so that's what that looks like. This is at my old job. But yeah, this is just me playing StarCraft. I got the Siberias on, the Steel Series Siberias. What was I playing 2v2s for? Was I playing with somebody? I don't even know. I don't know. StarCraft's fun though.
They're getting all my shit.
Oh, I remember. That's a friend from work. He's a big League player, but also plays StarCraft too. That's what that was. Yeah, Control's in here somewhere. Tomb Raider. Yep, that's where I played Tomb Raider. DVD. And there's Final Fantasy. This is me going through Final Fantasy. Frostpunk. I remember this. I played a round of Frostpunk. Oh yeah, here's Control. Yep, this game was sick. What else was there? Tales of Arise. This game sucked. Tales of Arise was not a good Tales game. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Devil May Cry 5, Metro Exodus, this random indie game called Strange Horticulture, Tales series. Damn, yeah, I play a lot of different games. Strange Horticulture, that was pretty fun. I'll play all the FF games after they all come out. What do you mean by you're gonna play all of them? Like just straight one to whatever they're at? Because the older ones, I mean, you've got the... Oh, the 7 trilogy. Oh, yeah. No, the 7 trilogy is good. I have FF7 Rebirth, and I intend to play that at some point. Because I actually played Remake in anticipation of Rebirth, but I just haven't gotten around to it. But Remake was really fun. That's a good game. Devil May Cry 5, Metro Exodus, Strange Order, Plague Tale, Innocence. So Plague Tale, Rise of the Tomb Raider. That's the second one of the new Tomb Raider series. Jedi Fallen Order, Cult of the Lamb, Donut Country, Armored Core 6, Plague Tale Requiem. That's the second one. Plague Tale. That was a cool story game. Persona 4 Golden. Persona 4, Horizon Zero Dawn. That was a fun game. I actually have the second one on my wish list, but I haven't bought it yet because that's another game that's like got a sequel out that I played the first one and I really liked it and I want to play the second one, but haven't gotten to it yet. Nino Kuni 2, quit halfway, not great. Yeah, that game kind of sucked, so I didn't finish it. Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, that's a weird game, but it's just a weird game. Persona 5 Royal, The Messenger, this was a cool game. It's like a really cool story, like futuristic story, like decision-making game. Very enjoyable though. I really like that. Baldur's Gate 3. I still play Baldur's Gate 3 from time to time. Oxenfree. That's like a spooky. It's not really horror. It's more like atmospheric thriller. That's good. Death Stranding. I really like Death Stranding. I want to play Death Stranding 2. That's another one that has a sequel that came out that I want to play, but I haven't gotten around to it. Elden Ring, Outer Wilds. I have seen the whole game. Like I've seen basically the whole game. I don't know if I actually bought it. I think I did buy it, but I've seen that whole thing, so it's what it is. Metaphor ReFantazio, that was a great game. And then I started to play the Yakuza series. So Yakuza 0, Kiwami, Kiwami 2, 3, 4. I have like 5, and then Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, and then the pirate game I want to play. So that's another game, but there's so many Yakuza games that's hard to do. I'm gonna take this one off because that is that's not a game you need to see. Citizen Sleeper. Oh wait, no, The Messenger. This was like a side-scrolling 2D game that turns into a Metroidvania. That was a cool game. Citizen Sleeper is the futuristic story-driven like decision-making game. That one was cool. Shin Megami Tensei 5, Fly Night. This was like a random, like, it's like a super short like Dark Souls, but you're flies. I don't know. Me and my friends speed ran this in like less than 2 hours, and then we refunded it. But it was a stupid little friend slot game. And then Resident Evil 9. Those are all the games I finished. Now, these are all the games I started, which I could probably add a couple to it, actually. So, like, for example, I could do... Persona 3 is the main one that I started. Let me see... Oh, I could add... I could add... Clair Obscura... Expedition 33, I played through that. I don't think I actually beat it, but I just didn't have the time to finish it, but I did play that. Another one that I played was Monster Hunter Wilds. That's actually why I have my new graphics card, is so that I could get through that game. Yeah, and then these are the ones I started, but I have to go back to them at some point. So, Disco Elysium, Shadow of the Erd Tree, Dragon Age Inquisition. I kind of started this game, but I might not finish it just because I just already know, based on reviews and everything, that the one after this sucks. Octopath Traveler 2. Yeah, that game's so, like... That's a lot. That's another long commitment. Persona 4 is a great game. Persona 4 is probably my... I think story-wise, I think it's my favorite Persona. It's really good. And with all the Persona games, what I'll usually do is, because I only really want to play it once, and I don't want to like miss anything. So what I'll usually do is I'll get a guide for the cities and the calendar stuff. So for like what to do at what times, on what days, when. And then for all the battles and the dungeons part of it, I'll just go in blind and I'll do all the battle stuff like normally. Because I want to have maxed out, like there's little things that you can miss that will prevent you from maxing out your what's it called, your like relationship with everyone. And if you don't have your relationship maxed out with everyone, then you can't get the true ending. And I only want to play the game once, so I'm gonna get the true ending the first time just so I don't have to play it again, because it's like a 100-hour investment and I did not have 100 hours to spend. Did you ever play Where Wind Meets? I did not, but yeah, I have not played this game. Yakuza, fun stream to watch that. Oh, it's an MMO. Oh, really? Because I think I saw Moon playing it, and it was like an action. It looked like an action adventure. Kind of like kind of like, where is it? Ghost of Tsushima. Kind of like that. But I guess it's an MMO. Yeah, I gotta play Yakuza 5 and then Yakuza 6 Song of Life, and then get into like the more modern Yakuzas, which is the man who forgot his name. Is that what it's called? Hold on. Yeah, so I gotta get 5 done, and then Song of Life, and then the man who erased his name, Like a Dragon Gaiden. And then I get to do, because that's like that's like the order that the story all makes sense, because those games are really fun, but they're also like 100-hour investments. They're also super long. Because Zero isn't like one of, if not the perfect Yakuza game. Like Yakuza 0 is actually, like, I wanted to 100% that game, and I damn near did. Yakuza 0, yeah, 98 hours in Yakuza 0. And then after that, it's just a hard fall off. Like Yakuza 0, 98.6 hours. Yakuza Kiwami, 35 hours. Kiwami 2, 59 hours. Okay, not bad. Yakuza 3, I hated Yakuza 3. I thought it was absolutely terrible. I did not like it. Story was like, stuff happened, but it was strangely inconsequential to the overarching like narrative. And then 4 was a slog, because they give you 4 characters, you have to play through all their stories, and it just takes a while. But it was a good game. I did like it, but so, and then apparently Yakuza 5, there's 5 characters they have to go through, so I was just like, oh god. So that's a whole thing. But yeah, and so yeah, these are the games I started. I might not do this one. Sea of Stars, that's a great game. Tactics Ogre Reborn. Dave the Diver, that's a cute game. I really like that one. And then next on the list, I say next on the list, but I don't know if they're actually going to be next on the list. These are just all the other games that I planned on playing. Like, if I can't think of a game to play, I'll just pick one of these. But right now, Slay the Spire's out, so I'm playing Slay the Spire. Titanfall 2, Star Ocean Second Story R. There's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Yakuza 5, Yakuza 6, Like a Dragon, Gaiden, which is the man who erased his name, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Pirate Souls, Ghost of Tsushima I never played, Red Dead 2 I never played, Edge of Eternity. I think this is like, I played this a long time ago. It was like a super scuffed early access, like, it's like a hexagonal grid style turn-based RPG. But it's gotten like a ton of updates, and apparently it's actually really, really good now. Okami HD, Legend of Heroes. That's gonna be, there's like 18 million Legend of Hero games, so I'm not probably gonna tackle that unless I have like a month off of work or something, or even longer. Inmost. What was Inmost? Oh, this is just like a little indie game, like indie style game that I saw forever ago. Spiritfarer. I played through some of this. This one was okay. I don't know if I'm coming back to it, but this one was alright. Oxenfree 2, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Kingdom Come 2, Utaware Rumono. Apparently this is like a crazy good story game trilogy that I want to play. It's kind of older, but apparently people say it's like insanely good story, so that got my interest. God Eater 3. I got all these on sale. Like, all these games are bought, or most of them are bought, except for like a few. So they're in my Steam library. I just have to play them. Speaking of which, the third Tomb Raider, the third game of the new Tomb Raider trilogy, I still wanted to play that. Fury, the boss rush game, Pyre, Tales of Symphonia, Nier Automata, Tales of Vesperia. I've played this game like, I've played this game for like 70 hours, but it's like I'll get 20 hours in and then I'll put it up for a while and then I'll pick it back up and I'll play like 20 hours in and I'll put it down and I'll pick it back up and start over again, and let's do that a bunch. Little Nightmares. I think I've seen most of this, but maybe someday. Tales of Symphonia was good. I remember watching this, or watching someone play this on the GameCube forever ago, and I just never got around to it. So that's something that I have now, but I just don't have the time. Like, before I had the time, I just didn't have the need, or I had the time, but I didn't have the means to get it. Now I have the means to get it because I have it, but I just don't have the time. I should play the sequel first. What's the sequel? Vesperia? Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World. Oh. I didn't know they had a direct sequel. I know they have like sequels to games or like prequels, but I didn't know that it was like a direct sequel. But yeah, I wanted to play this, but Little Nightmares, Greedfall. This is like a pirate sword action adventure with magic game that I thought was interesting a while ago. Greece. This is like an artsy, trippy game. Metro Last Light. I think I played the first and the third game of the Metro series, and I think Last Light is the second. I think. Cyberpunk. I never played Cyberpunk. The Witcher 3. I played a lot of The Witcher 3, but I never beat it. Played for a few hours, but I never beat it, so I want to go back and do a full, because they updated all the HD graphics like a couple years back, so it's supposed to be really good now. Hades 1 and 2. I never beat Hades 1. I got pretty far. I did like 30 or 40 runs, but never beat it. Sekiro. I played a little bit of Darkwood. Played a lot of Darkest Dungeon, but I didn't get far at all. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. I played a lot of this, and actually I've seen speedruns of this, so maybe not. Dragon Quest 11, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. I played this when my graphics card was shit and it actually couldn't handle it. So now that I have, or maybe this is the new one that's not out yet. I'm not sure. I don't know. But I have to go back and finish it. Sleeping Dogs, Shank 2, Jotan, Hyper Light Drifter, a bunch of indie games. Hollow Knight. I never beat Hollow Knight, so I want to beat Hollow Knight and then do Silk Song at some point. D4 Dark Dreams Don't Die. I actually am taking this off because I found out that the director of this game is not making... It's like a cliffhanger ending, and he's not making a sequel, so I'm actually going to take that off. That's just been in my Steam library since like 2010 or something. And then Valheim. Because I never played Valheim. So, yeah, there's probably... I definitely did a full... Like, there's more for sure. Like Dark Souls 2. Like, there's more games in my Steam library that I could do. Like Valkyria Chronicles. That one I haven't played in 12 years. Yeah, and there's more like older games that I have, but that's the list so far. So I'll always have something to play no matter what. Speaking of something to play no matter what, I've been talking for like 2 hours because normally right now is when I would go to bed. So I might actually... Oof. Yeah, it's already 3:30. Fuck. Yeah, I might save this for tomorrow, actually. What's my deck looking like? Yeah, I actually have a good deck. So what I might do is actually just do this. I might save and quit. Oh my god. I didn't game for most of that stream. I should have put it in the just chatting category. Oh my gosh. That was a just chatting with a sprinkle of Slay the Spire. That's wild. This is why I can't beat games. Right here. This is why I don't have the time to beat games. It's because I'm just talking about random shit for 2 hours. I guess that means you know what? That's actually a good thing. Because that means I'm becoming a good streamer. Because I'm learning the art of the yap. Okay, I'm learning how to yap for a long period of time in order to extend the stream. The only problem is my stream's only 2 hours long on weekdays, so that's unfortunate. Okay, well, that's it for me. I gotta figure out how to go to bed after that. Weekend's coming up. Yeah, so I'm gonna stream tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be Thursday, or like Friday morning, but we'll just say it's Thursday night. So it's another normal 2.5 hour stream, 2 hour stream, 2.5 hour stream ish. So normal one tomorrow. And then Friday night, there's no stipulation. So what normally happens is I will stream for like 6 hours, 6 or 7 hours. Sometimes 8. Just because it's my schedule is all fucked up. And then Saturday, what I'll do is I will get up. I will either go running or go to the gym. Not sure which yet. Maybe running. If it's nice out anyway. Go get food, come back, and then Saturday afternoon will just be like I'll just stream all night. That's gonna be a long one. I think the last one was like 10 hours. So that's gonna be a long stream. And then on Sunday, that's my busy day, so I have to get up and I have to do the podcast. And after the podcast, I have to go bowling because I go bowling with my friends on Sundays. So that's podcast day, bowling day, and then once I get back from bowling, then I will stream for a couple of hours for that. So that's a little bit longer, but like longer than 2 hours, but like an average stream. So average length stream. Bowling. Yeah, my friends, I got friends from work and they are really into bowling. Like they got like 3 or 4 different bowling balls. They got their own shoes. I think he's in like 4 or 5 different leagues a week. He's like really into bowling. So I have time in my schedule to go to at least one, which is on Sundays. Which is just like a 9 is fine league, which means if you get 9 pins down on the first frame, then it counts as a strike. And then there's handicaps and stuff, so it's just for fun, you know. You get free pizza. I say free, you gotta pay $12 every week, but you get 3 games, you get pizza, you get, drinks or whatever. So it's a fun time. So it gets me out of the house and something to do. So, but yeah, so that's the schedule coming up. That's pretty normal. That's probably what it's gonna be for some time unless something changes. Like if, for example, I go to first shift, it might change a bit where I'll stream earlier and not as late. But that's will be the schedule. So yeah, tomorrow we'll come back. We'll play the Spire. And then, depending on if there's any, usually it's more Slay Spire with my friends because that's what everyone's playing right now. But you quit FF14 for good. It's just a never going back to WoW. I never was really into WoW 14. I met my current friends through 14 actually. But I think one of them still raids. So one of them has a group that they raid like every week, so often. But after the second raid series of Dawn Trail, there was more games I wanted to play, and I had to put a lot of effort into Final Fantasy 14 because I was raiding, and I kind of just want to put less effort into enjoying the games that I play. That doesn't mean I'm not going to play something like competitive or that I need like to be skillful in, but the time commitment for an MMO is just too much. So something like Slay the Spire, like you can put brain power into it and have fun, but also you can just pick up and play for an hour and then put it down and then go do something else. So I kind of need that pick up and put down aspect of it versus, okay, Friday's raid night, so then I gotta make sure I'm good for raid night. I gotta, log in, and I gotta, like, you can just log in and do it, but it's like, man. So probably not for a good long while. Maybe the next expansion I'll reinstall it and finish Dawn Trail, like at least the story, and some of the side quests, and get caught up ready for the next expansion, maybe. But even that, I'm not 100%, because I've gone hard on Final Fantasy for a number of years, and you know, I've done what I wanted to do, and yeah, I just kind of want to play other stuff. So yeah, I kind of just want to play other stuff going forward. Kind of more variety-ish. I don't really have a game, like a main game per se right now. But like I know there's like, I want to play Slay the Spire. I want to do some more runs of Resident Evil Requiem. I gotta play Mugenics, because that's a long-ass game. Mugenics is like a massive game and super difficult that I want to get through. Baldur's Gate 3. There's some new builds in Baldur's Gate 3 that I want to play in honor mode. Games of socializing. Yeah. Socializing's good. What's the most you spent on a game? Whether it's microtransactions? I haven't done a whole ton of microtransactions, to be honest. What's the most I spent on a game? Let me check. It's probably Final Fantasy, if I had to be honest. I think... I'm just looking through my list right now. Yeah, I think it's Final Fantasy, because I had to buy all of the expansions when they came out, starting in like Shadowbringers. And that was like an extra $40 a pop. I don't think I spent a whole lot on anything else. And I don't really... I mean, there's games that like I paid for that I can't return. That's like, oh, I kind of, you know, I don't think it was worth it. But I don't think there's one game. I don't think I paid anything for Lost Ark. Because I played Lost Ark back in the day when it came out for North America. I don't... Maybe I paid like the $20... Oh no, I think I did. I think I paid like $100 or something. Yeah, I think it was Lost Ark. I think I paid like $100 for something and played it for a couple of weeks. Beautiful graphics, OST combat system, but I remember the predatory monetization and grinds when uninstalled. Yeah, I think that's what happened. I think I paid like $60 or $100 for the gold starter chest or whatever, and you get extra stuff. But after like a week or something, and I couldn't grind like crazy, it was just I was already being out leveled by people. And I think I got to the first major boss that they released, which I think was the deer. Was it the elk? It was before the like Demon Lords or whatever. The starter pack mount, people flip that shit. Argos? Yeah, I think it was Argos. Like I played up until then, and then after that I was like, yeah, I think I'm done with this because it's a lot. Again, it was the MMO thing where played a lot, but there's so much maintenance and dailies and stuff that you have to do. I just can't do dailies. Like, if I like a game, I will play it daily, but I don't like the requirement that you have to play daily in order to keep up. Blue Crystal for gold conversion, I remember that. Yeah, the conversion was all whack. Korean games love their grindy 20 systems and shitty monetization. It's, yeah, but that's kind of standard now for gacha games, and I think the Korean MMOs have just kind of taken the formula that's already there and just dialed it up. I don't think they like reinvented the wheel or anything. I think it's just like there's a dial of how much you can get with just gameplay versus how much you can get over gameplay with pay to win. And I think the Korean MMO market generally will crank that dial more towards pay to win than if you play every day you'll get stuff. Although from what I heard, there's a lot more ways to get resources through gameplay that's in the Korean version that we did not have in the American version at the beginning. And then they jump-started the North American version by having a ton of bosses and stuff come out pretty rapidly. So it was just like we were speed running through all the content versus Korea that had to wait 6 months to a year for each new thing, and so they had lots of time to do dailies and gather resources so that when a new tier of stuff came out, they had all their resources already built up. Pay to win doesn't sit well with Western gamers. Oh, well, we're still okay with it. It's just the amount of pay to win. You know what I mean? It's like they just had their dial over the line too much, along with some other circumstances, right? Like the length of time between stuff. Like there's less length of time, so if you pay to win, you are where you would be. Where the Korean version, there was a longer period of time between content, so they had more time to do dailies and do all their stuff to build up their resources so that when a new tier came out or new gear or whatever, they had all these resources built up they could use towards leveling up and all that stuff. I'm fine with battle passes, but not spending 1K a month. As long as battle passes are forever. I don't like the battle passes that are like seasonal and you get FOMO. I don't like that. Like if something's out for like a special or whatever, either have the special go on for a while and make it easy to get, or once the special's over, keep whatever content that was in the game that came from that special, keep that in the game if it's harder to get. I personally don't mind spending $20 for a season battle pass. Like I said, if you spend $20 for the battle pass, that battle pass should never expire after you pay the $20 so that you can complete it. So let's say you buy a season battle pass and it's available to purchase for, I don't know, 4 months or 3 months or whatever. But if you buy it, I think that should just last, like it's in your inventory forever. So you can always come back to the game after a certain period of time. That pass will stay there and then you can clear it out still. I think MMOs have great value, but a huge time sink, like 14 a WoW, subscription model, 15 a month. Yeah, that's just like... The thing about it is WoW and 14 have so much content that you're going to get your money's worth no matter what. There's 2 points in an MMO that are the best time to play. One is the very beginning of an MMO when nobody knows anything. That's super fun because nobody knows anything. So always going around finding what content's out there. That's super fun. Meta builds. You're looking up builds. You're looking up characters. You're fighting bosses. No one knows what they do. Everyone's just running around like a chicken with its head cut off. It's super great. That's the first time that an MMO is the best. Second time is when there's a crap ton of content. It's been out for years, and you have, as a new player, so much stuff to do that it can be overwhelming, but you can just get yourself lost in the world because there's so much world to get lost in. I'm burnt out of the min-max meta. Experimenting it with builds. Yeah. And that's the other thing too, is like, some games do this better than others, right? So, and it's really hard to balance, don't get me wrong, but like there's always going to be a best. But as long as there's a lot of viable stuff in different classes, that no matter what you play, you can get through most of the content, right? Maybe not the highest level, but you can get through most of the content. I think that's fine. Following one person for the universal min-max build. Yeah, you get one content creator that is able to theory craft the best build that then everybody uses until something happens. Whether they patch the game, they change some gear, they add something new that's even better, or they nerf it, or whatever. So that's why balance is important, is so that everyone has something that they like to play. Are you not a fan of ARPG like PoE or Diablo? I've seen concepts too much time sink. I played Last Epoch for a bit. That was pretty fun. That came out around the same time that Diablo 4 came out. And so there's a lot of comparison between Last Epoch and Diablo 4 because at the time, Last Epoch had a much better, a much more fleshed out endgame than Diablo 4. And so I played Last Epoch. That was pretty fun. There comes a point where you are doing grinding after you've gotten like 95% of your build or 95% of your power, and you're just doing the same stuff over and over and over and over again to get that last 5%. And it's just very tedious, and at that point I'm bored and want to do something else. Basically. Now maybe PoE would be something interesting because it's so fleshed out and there's so many systems, and each new part of a build that you get ramps it up so hard that it's not like you get to 95% of your power and then you're just trying to grind to get that, accessory or the attribute role that is like perfect. It's like, no, you get this new thing at like super high level that quadruples your damage or something. They just crazy overpowers it, and then the next item overpowers that, and the next item overpowers that, so it's just like, it's like an exponential increase in power rather than a linear increase in power. And I think so PoE might be, so I've dabbled in it for like a few hours, but nothing major. PoE 1 that is. But that's why Diablo 4, I played a lot of Diablo 3, and I remember that was a fun game. Like, people hated on it for various reasons, but I had a lot of hours in that, and I enjoyed it, but I would just like play the story over and over on different characters and spend a couple of hours, a bit of time after that just trying to increase my build and stuff like that. after the fact, but then I would get bored and want to play something else, and that would switch characters and just do it over again. Just do harder runs and stuff like that. I feel bad for keeping you up. I mean, it's fine. I'm just gonna be a little tired tomorrow, but it's not gonna be too bad. But yeah. If you have anything else you want to know, I'll be here tomorrow. Doing some more Slay the Spire. Hopefully I'll actually be playing Slay the Spire instead of just talking all the whole time, which I don't mind. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind talking about stuff. It's very interesting. Although my mouth is dry. Also, that guy from earlier selling you art for 30 minutes of investment was shocking. I kind of knew. So I saw their name, right? Carlson Ivy 01. So the trick, or I guess the tell, rather. It's like when a scam caller calls you and you kind of play along with it just to see what they'll say. That's kind of what I was doing. But the tell for all of the art people that like try to sell you art portfolios and stuff like that is it's two names, like two names that could be like a first name put together and then a number afterwards every time. And so when I saw Carlson Ivy 01, I was like, Carlson Ivy, that's an art person. But they started it off with like, oh, I'm in school for accounting and da da da. So kind of like a scam caller that's like trying to trick you. I was just like, you know, I already knew what was going on, but I was like, oh, an accounting student, how is that going for you? You know, like I was just trying to play along a little bit. My theory is they aren't a bot. They're someone from third world country using AI art. I definitely think that they're not a bot because they are responding to what I'm saying. So they are a person. They're not a bot for sure. And they always typically show in like really low viewer streams trying to like, and they always try to, because they went, do you have a Discord? And I go, yes, I have a Discord under my stream if you want to join my Discord. There's not a lot there, but just in case it sends out notifications for when I go live, in case you're not on Twitch or whatever, you get a Discord notification. So I'm trying to like justify, hey, if you like stream, da da da. And she just immediately puts her, or they just immediately put their name and it's like, add me on Discord. And I'm like, no. No, I know better than to add somebody from chat directly to Discord, add their Discord so that they can spam you with a bunch of art pieces and then try to have you pay for it. I've been around the block. I've seen this one before. But the other thing is they count as a viewer. So if the longer I kept them in there, it counted as a viewer in the channel. So it I say boost my numbers, but you know, I got that extra little bump for a bit. So I'll play along if they're really trying, you know, if they're just like, hey, do you need an emo or whatever? I say no. And they're like, okay. And then they leave. But if they're like, hey, what'd they say? Oh, the chat's already scrolled up, but they're like, I think they started off with something like, you look really good in your profile picture. And I was like, I kind of knew immediately, like, this is a scam, like immediately. But I was just like, oh yeah, it's just the best picture that I had at the moment or something like that. And they go, I'm like, oh, I'm not really photogenic. I just happened to find one that seemed to be good. And then like they're trying to intentionally tie it into a conversation to try to get me to trust them so that they can get my Discord and do all that stuff. And I'm trying to have a conversation to keep them in my stream long enough so that they count as a viewer so that my viewer average goes up. It's a mutually beneficial arrangement. Respect it. That's why you can't just say like, you know, well, you know, fuck you, scammer, you're scamming, blah, blah. You just gotta go, oh, you're in it. You are a student, are you? You gotta play along. Plus, they gave me a follow, so play it cool, milk it out. Exactly. It's the Kitboga strategy. The engagement. You're right, right. You seen the Kitboga? He's the guy. He's a streamer who basically has a voice changer, and he will call into like Indian scam. Okay, so he's a guy. I think it's Kitboga. So he will do a voice changer, and he will intentionally, call into like Indian scam calling centers, and he will fuck with them. I never heard anyone say his name out loud. Yeah, Kitboga, I think his name is. And yeah, he intentionally called these scam places, so the scam people are trying to like get what they think is like a 74-year-old grandma to like give them Amazon gift cards or like give them, transfer over their bank account and stuff. And he knows the scam, so he's just fucking with them the whole time. Like he's got his own personal site that like he can, like he will fake being on the site to like give them the stuff, and then he will just be like, "Oh, I'm just, do you want me to click yes?" And they're like, "No, don't send the number, no, don't click yes." And she goes, "Oh, I clicked yes, was I supposed to do that?" And then they get furious, they go, fuck you, they start yelling and stuff. It's great. That's what I'm doing. They call it the Kitboga strategy, right? You just try to, get that engagement, see how far along they'll go, play along, and then eventually they'll leave. But just feel it out a little bit. Feel it out. So, all right. Well, that's it for me. It was cool talking to David. Appreciate y'all showing up. So it's cool to have someone in chat that is not a bot or trying to sell me Bitcoin or cryptocurrency or art pieces. So appreciate that. And yeah, I'll be on tomorrow. I'll see you later, and have a good night. Peace.